Well, hello and welcome to our Subconscious Speaks. My name's Don Robert, and together with my amazing, talented, and award-winning bestie,
Teen Orlando.
and together we are
Teen Orlando.
and on. Boom. There it is, Tina. It just that
How
won't
are
get old. I mean, it's just
no,
so cute and adorable, and it's just so us. It
it's
really
so
is.
and it's so funny
Yeah,
on so many levels. So how are you, Don? Because what we're
that's a
going to
lo-
talk about is pretty interesting, right?
a loaded question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's the emo response. I'm evolving.
Okay. Well, let's try a little different response.
Would you like the fizz in me to speak up for the episode?
No, I mean we could talk about that, or we could
Oh, we
talk about,
will. I'm sure we will.
mm-hmm,
How are
mm-hmm.
you?
I am well. I
You
am
look
well.
phenomenal. Like I'm
Well,
digging the hair
mhm.
style and the
Thank you.
length and the color. Like
Thank
you
you.
look great.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
You know what it looks
Uh,
like?
mm,
The outsides are matching the inside.
well, thank you very much. That's
You're welcome.
that there's some work in there, right? That's
There
kind of
is
what we're
there is
talking
work
about.
in there. Yes, yes. There is that what we're talking about today? The work.
The work. Yes, you have to be willing to do the work. hmm
Yep.
you gotta go through it to get to it. Um, it's kind of like what happens when the old self starts to slip and the new part of you hasn't really clicked into place yet. Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of people, you, me, everyone else in the world, they find themselves in the middle a lot of the time. You know, the ego fights, the ego death, the the moment the heart kind of opens and your higher self, your more evolved self says, you asked for this in some way, shape, or form, you asked for this. And that's when you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do it, or nothing changes, right?
And you stay stuck.
And you stay stuck and you stay the same. And, it just goes in this weird known pattern of the same thing all the time. And we all go through it. Some of us shut down for a week and not look at social media. And some of us call somebody else and go, I'm out. I can't do this. Um, but when you're calling in that space between the knowns and the unknown, um, unfortunately, that's where most people start to turn back because it gets really uncomfortable because it is unknown, right?
OMG. Yeah. We didn't plan this, but I literally, an hour before we are meeting to record the episode, I posted this very vulnerable truth about exactly what you're asking me about. So, interesting timing, infinite timing, divine timing. Yeah, I've been so ego driven for so long. I don't know. I don't really. But there's the old language sneaks right in and says, "I don't know." Yes, you do. Yes, I
hmm
have. I
hmm
have literally gone on vision quests. I've done sweat. I've done so much to try and break free from that egoic self.
hmm Right.
So it's
The
not
problem.
true. I
Mhm.
am able to do it.
Well, that's the difference between when you start saying I am, you're actually present in the moment.
Hmm.
It's not ego driven to the future.
Yeah.
You're in the moment. And that's where it gets really uncomfortable and really great at the same time. You just have to have enough um, faith, like in yourself, that you can keep walking through that uncomfortableness. You
Yeah.
have to get you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Whoa. Say that again.
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
hmm hmm
So here's the I love analogies. So here's the analogy I've used before and said it again today. and I think I've said this to you before. Obviously, we've talked for 5.5 years, hours on time. So I
Hmm.
feel like I'm forever in the birth tunnel,
Hmm. Hmm.
and birthing hurts everybody involved, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Squeezing the ego out so the true self can, because I believe, and I think we've talked about this in other episodes, I believe that when we're born, we're all born perfect, right? Kappas even has like a blank, like Cheryl would draw like a
Yeah.
blank circle and
Hmm.
say, hey, this is birth. We're born with a complete clean slate. Everything that we pick up from birth to like 8 or 10 becomes the life script.
Hmm.
And that,
Hmm.
and we're taught that like that's the most important phase, but I think it keeps going. It keeps going. It's going
Well,
today.
that's the foundation. And
Yeah,
sometimes you have to break the foundation to really become who you're supposed to be,
fair, fair. The
right?
the 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 foundation of the shackles of self,
Hmm.
of
Yeah,
what.
because you're taught these things, these programs,
Yeah.
and that's, I mean, that's what the ego loves is programs. The ego
Mm,
loves the pattern because it's predictable.
yeah.
And then it can give you the exact response that you're really asking for. It's not true.
And what's so diabolical of that is that it feels safe because it's known.
Right, because you're taught that uncertainty is danger.
Right. That's where fight and flight comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Protector.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you know, you're think of it like this, that when you stop feeding the ego, you are stopping feeding the noise of everything. And
Mm,
then all you're left with is yourself to rebuild in a better image of yourself. The
yeah.
problem is that people stop halfway through because their mask starts to slip.
Yeah.
And then they're worried about what other people are going to think.
Yeah. So
Let the mask slip.
so I did that. It was a big. I posted a picture of me with no shirt on, and
Right.
I took it down because of other reasons we're not going to get into. But that
Mm-hmm.
in itself was like so brave for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm so used to looking a certain way, speaking a certain way, being looked at and like almost pedestaled, right?
Mm-hmm. Achievement.
Because it's been about look at me, see me, pick me, choose me, love me, somebody. Which
Mm.
that was heavy. That happened this morning. That
Yeah.
realization.
Right. That's, I mean, you cling to identities and routines and achievements and titles and all these things so that you can get that dopamine hit
Mm-hmm.
of acceptance,
Yeah.
of love. And it's
Right.
not real. Love is not the dopamine hit. Love is what it is when you're coming down from the dopamine hit.
Yeah.
That's when you know. Um,
And
when, yeah, go ahead.
I just want to interject really quick. What I've experienced with you
Mm,
is that real, true love for
mm,
one another. We show up for each other no matter what. We're always there for each other, like
mhm.
without judgment. And you've truly been a soul sister to me.
Oh, I love you for it. Thank you.
You know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Happy
I
birthday, Drew.
I know it's Drew's birthday.
OMG.
Speaking of stuff,
Yeah, that's big
uh,
stuff. We love Drew.
yeah,
I mean, Drew
yeah.
is your son, of course, but without being weird or like I
Mhm.
don't feel like a stepfather or anything, but I love him like he were my own. I really
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
hope he
No,
feels that. I think he does.
he does.
Because
He
I show
adores
up for
you.
him in ways like, but I
Hmm.
I didn't get the invite to go out dancing tonight. Somehow it got lost in the I
Oh,
don't know.
he's
Hang on. Let
he's
me let
going
me
with
let
his
me.
friends.
Oh,
I'm
mom
just
doesn't get
going.
invited to this one.
Well, I am going just to say hi, but I'm not going like to stay.
Yeah.
It's he's 30, so it's his
This is the
time.
30th.
This is the 30th.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
For
Exactly.
men, we get there a little later in life. Typically 25-ish is where
Mm-hmm.
boys tend to start to become men.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um,
yeah, I mean, you don't get an emotional brain, male or female, until you're about 25 years old.
yeah, but my
Everything under that is
experience having two
fueled.
daughters is they it starts back when that big female moment of your teenage
Mm-hmm.
years happens,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and there's an
It does.
instant shift.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly, I became a dad that didn't know anything. Instantly, my dad jokes landed flat. Like it was just overnight, man.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah,
I mean, that's these are those are big milestones, right?
yeah,
And you got to get ahead of the curve. So, I mean, if you're somewhere between 20 and 30, if you start really peeling back some layers and noticing what's feeding
yeah.
is it ego? Is it acceptance? Is it, a weird kind of moment to moment love, which isn't really love?
No, sex
Are
is
you
not
feeding the
love.
ego? Right? Are you feeding the ego? Um, it's you got to get quiet. You got to see yourself for what it is.
So we're back to your opening statement. You have to be willing to do that. And most
Hmm.
people, um, and I don't know
Take
if
it
that
back.
it's, I was going to say most people aren't willing, but I think that most people haven't been exposed to people that can shine a light on the path, so to speak. Like this
Hmm.
whole lighthouse image has been coming to me more and more. You know, our beloved Cheryl is the pathfinder, right? That's her
Hmm.
business. And
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna switch up my company logo. It's right now it's like a hand up kind of a thing,
Hmm.
whereas I feel more like the lighthouse these days.
Hmm. And it's funny because people say lighthouse, and um, which is a really cool. I mean, it's for some people, it's somebody that they can listen to. It could be,
Chris.
something.
Mhm.
He is my lighthouse, you asshole.
We know.
Well, uh, you know, the evolution starts whenever it starts. When you start peeling back layers, maybe you don't fit in, maybe you're, labeled something that's not really who you are, or
Mhm.
maybe it's something you're not anymore. So the evolution of somebody, starts when it starts.
Right.
Maybe you're 14, maybe you're 25, maybe you're 45. Um, but the point is that when the mask starts to slip, it gets the water gets bumpy.
Yes.
But it's okay. You're gonna make it.
The birth canal gets tighter, it gets slimmer, and shoulders get it. I mean, it's yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, you're holding on for dear life. But the interesting thing is once you put your, stake in the ground and kind of reclaim yourself, there's a clarity to it. Like, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. The right ones will come.
Yeah.
There's something free about that.
It's almost instantaneous. This is
Hmm.
how okay. So one of my smokers, gonna
Hmm.
leave her name out of it. She I haven't really talked to her since she quit. She's been smoke free the whole time. It's been several months. Gave me
Hmm.
a wonderful review, like totally connected. And then literally less than an hour after I posted today, this admission of
Hmm.
ego to
Hmm.
soul, she
Hmm.
sends me a text messages talking about, without reading it in detail, that she's been having these experiences, she called them.
Hmm. The veil
And
is thin.
it's like this awakening. She's talking about the awakening. She's saying words like frequency, higher self.
Hmm.
Of course, she
Hmm.
picks some of that up from our sessions together, because that's what it is about, right? Recognizing your higher self, the permanent non-smoker self. I use this mirror image in the staircase as part of my imagery with smokers, and
Hmm.
she's now wanting to go further. But it's like literally I put out this frequency into the universe, and
Hmm.
she's not following me on Facebook. She didn't know I
Hmm.
posted that today. She didn't know what's
Hmm.
going on with me. But there it
Hmm.
is, synchronicity.
Well, it's frequency, it's energy. And to think that we're not all connected is naive
Mm,
and slightly narcissistic. Like, we're the only things in the whole universe now. There's so much energy and connection between people. And I don't think most people realize it.
I
So
have a firm belief on this
go for it.
programming.
So the less programmed you are, the more connected you are. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, because anything outside of your, it's like, they put the, what do they call, the blinders on a horse?
Hmm.
Because it
Hmm.
doesn't, they don't want, you don't want the horse to see the other horses. You just want the horse to
Hmm.
see the finish line.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
most humans, again, no offense to anyone that's over there listening to this going,
Hmm.
I'm awake, man. I pay attention. I'm willing, right? Okay, cool. We got you. I'm talking to the
Right.
blinder people.
Right.
Okay. And the blinder
Hmm.
people probably aren't even watching this video, unfortunately, Tina.
Maybe they should.
Boy, it'd be nice
I
if
hope
they,
they do.
hey, you out there that's waking up, that
Hmm.
sees us, that feels us, that hears this message, please do yourself a favor and humanity a favor and share it.
Hmm.
Give it to somebody and say, hey, check these two out. Your friend Sarah is so awesome at this.
Hmm.
She loves to say, peep these two, right? Like,
I know.
Sarah, we love you so much. First of
I
all,
know.
let's just
She's
pause.
um, she's amazing. She's amazing.
I
She
would
is.
I would even say if I'm here as far as your best friend, she might be one tiny a little bit
Well,
closer because you've known her longer, right?
I've known her since I was 14.
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's some
Hmm.
solid history right there. Some best friend
And
stuff.
there is some serious history in there.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I'm standing here today because she pulled me back from a cliff, literally.
Wow.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah,
Thank you.
she's
Thank you, Sarah.
yeah, she's pretty amazing. Um, it's if for those people that don't know, it's like walking through the grocery store, and if you're walking through and maybe you are watching this podcast and you're saying, yes, I'm awake. If you really want to know you're awake, walk through a grocery store and start noticing the people that aren't paying any attention. They'll run right into you. They'll, move past you without any eye contact. The checker won't laugh at your innocent joke. Like, those people are asleep. But if you're noticing it, you're awake. Hit the button. Share it with somebody. That's who we're talking to right now. I don't know how many times you do it, but I'm always looking to see who's paying attention, who's awake.
I do it on purpose. I did
Absolutely.
this experiment. So in my previous life as a corporate
Hmm.
manager,
Hmm.
regional manager. And whenever I say that, I always get a chuckle inside. And anybody that's an Office fan should immediately get a chuckle as me as the
Right.
regional manager.
Hmm. Oh no, I got it.
But I did this experiment. It was when I first was like really getting into what's the happiness thing that we were gonna do?
The Happiness Project.
Yeah, but there's a different word for their organization. Shoot. Anyway,
I thought it was happiness.
yeah, but it's something happiness. It's not. Anyway, and I was like, okay, when I go through the airport, I'm gonna literally make eye contact with anyone that passes me and then smile to see what
Hmm.
happens. And I
Hmm.
will tell you that a majority of people, if they would let themselves make eye contact with me, which is the first hurdle, right? Because everybody's got their head down or now they're in their phone or they're doing everything but being present in the moment, which is walking through the airport, wherever they're
Hmm.
going, right? And but
Hmm.
most people, if they would make eye contact with me, they would smile right back.
Of course. Of course.
So that's the effect we can have on other people. I want to pause here, right? Because we're talking about sharing this message to help
Hmm.
others wake up. Because I
Hmm.
believe, I wrote it down, the collective consciousness can change the planet.
Absolutely.
Because right now we're in a collective consciousness of, if I know those of you that are listening on device instead of watching, or you can't see my face, but this is the face of most Americans right now inside. Is like,
Right. They're
like
just
what's
holding
going to
their breath.
happen. There's every day there's a new spin from the left or the right. There's a
Eh,
new like worry, there's a new concern, there's a new oh my god. And then I go to the store the other day to get a couple of things, and I'm consciously paying attention to pricing on things.
Oh, they're doubled.
It's ridiculous. Now and then
Hmm.
I thought, well, is that just California? Because the gas
Mm.
here is double what it is in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. In New York, it's $2.40.
Oh
In
my God.
California, it's 4.50. What are we talking about here?
Okay. I was a smoker. You know that I quit like
Hmm.
almost 30
Hmm.
years ago. And back then, $2, $3 a pack, I think.
20.
They're $20 a pack in New York.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is,
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, the amount of increase in everything is ridiculous. I mean, no wonder why everybody's kind of walking around in this mode of sleepwalking. How else would you get through it?
everybody's in survival mode. That's what's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Wondering when the other shoe's going to drop. Like all those old messages that we've picked up, all those message units, knowns, whatever language you want to use, right? Though just for the audience that's not studying at HMI or graduated or knows about hypnosis, knowns is what we believe that we're told when we're young. We take it in as
Hmm.
fact. Santa Claus,
Absolutely.
real.
Real.
Easter Bunny, you bet your damn
Real.
life. Tooth Fairy, you know I'm getting money underneath that
I'm
pillow.
getting money.
That is
I don't care who's
happening
bringing it.
until about, depending on if you have olders. I was the oldest sibling, so I'm the one that figured it out. Santa's not real, and it was soul crushing.
Was it?
My whole world was like, yeah, I was literally down in the basement looking for something, and there was this
Mm-hmm.
big blanketed area, literally
Yeah.
blanketed. And I was like, what the hell? And I'm like looking for the thing that I'm looking for. I'm not snooping for presents.
Right.
Don't know to look in the basement for presents. I'm just down there looking for something. And I'm like, I feel like I got caught. I saw this rebound game that I wanted. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh my God, holy crap. I'm getting chills just telling you the story. And then Christmas morning comes, and guess who that toy is? It's to Donnie, my childhood name, from Santa.
Yeah.
And my heart broke. I knew,
It broke instantly. I'm sorry.
but that's okay.
But it's real though. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, just having some kind of belief is cool, right, as kids. But um, you
Until
know,
they don't serve you.
right, right. Those ideas need to change because they're not serving you as an adult. Look around. Um, you know, and you don't need everybody else's energy. That's the thing. You just need your own energy back when you're going through this, death of an ego. You've given everything your energy. Now it's time to pull it back and rebuild yourself. So you have to be willing to be uncomfortable just for a little while. You get through it.
And
It sucks.
that's the trickery of it all, which is,
Mm-hmm.
well, if I let go of what I know to be safe and comfortable, then the
Mm-hmm.
unknown is worse.
And it's not.
No, but that's the belief system, which is if I really let go, if I
Hmm.
really stopped caring about what other people thought of me and just was my authentic self all the time,
Hmm.
I might
Wow.
I might get rejected.
Oh.
I might like all because it's so unknown. You haven't
Hmm.
experienced it. Maybe in fleeting moments here and there, like for myself, I've
But
experienced it in fleeting
right,
moments, but not constant.
right, because the ego loves control, so it reinserts itself as soon as there's any type of fear. As soon as, let's say, the veil drops down, that's when ego kind of comes in and goes, wait a minute. Oh no, I'm going to armor up
Hang on,
instead of,
let me speak now. Right? I got
mm-hmm,
it.
yep, I got this. Don't worry. No, you don't. No, because there's something undeniable about somebody that speaks their truth. Like, you may not like what they're saying, you may not even like them, but truth is truth, right? Authenticity is authenticity.
Yes,
Um,
it is
you know,
undeniable. When you see
hmm,
it, you can recognize it because it's in all of us.
right, right.
We just don't use it,
Right.
not
And here's the
actively.
thing, when people that you haven't seen for a long time and they come up against you and you're authentically yourself, they're expecting you to tap dance for them and perform and be that person. And you're standing there going, no, no. And when you start losing those people, is actual the universe saying to you, you didn't need them in the first place.
Yeah.
You just need yourself to be whole. And they're
And
not offering that.
yeah. And there's something also happens that's quite interesting that's happened to me is, I've got this whole persona who I was in Florida.
All right.
And when I would travel back to Florida, it was
Mm-hmm.
almost like I put that armor, that suit, that I'm the black sheep,
Mm-hmm.
like my
Mm-hmm.
old self,
Mm-hmm.
just waiting for me to arrive. Oh,
Yep.
hey, come here, buddy. We know how to be
Mm-hmm.
here. We,
Mm-hmm.
we let mommy and daddy take care of things, and we let you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Until
it until you decide,
until it shifts.
until there's a sacred return to clarity.
Mm,
That's
true.
kind of what it is. It's not something anybody can push you into.
Nope.
It's not even a choice. It's just one day you look around and go, WTF? Who are these people? And who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I really? Am I the person everybody thinks I am?
Okay. So there's this general movement, I'll call it, of Gen Xers on social media connecting with each other and talking about the good old days. Like I saw a post earlier this morning of like three kids sitting in the back seat laughing and smiling, no seatbelt, no, like just
No
like
car
totally
seat, no
free and
seatbelt.
happy, and like
Yeah,
parent probably smoke, one of the parents is smoking in the front, like,
absolutely.
and
One could have a beer open.
we lived through all of it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
there's this general sense of that era of people that are feeling kind of, I believe, what I'm feeling, you're feeling, we're all feeling, which is,
Hmm.
okay, now what? As we're all hitting 60, but
Somewhere
don't feel
between.
60, don't look 60, don't act
Mm-mm,
60, because we're
mm-mm.
Gen X.
Right. We're we're ride or die.
We're
Like,
the original badass.
right. I get it. Um, I mean, but at the same time, we're also coming up against immortality,
Oh
like
yeah, oh
your
yeah,
own
oh yeah.
mortality.
The
So
body
I
has
think that
changed, the ability
that
to
is,
rebound has changed, the ability to even heal. I burned my leg on my muffler about
mm,
9 months ago. There's still a little blotch on my skin.
right,
I mean, it's
right,
completely healed, but
right.
it's it doesn't heal, like I don't heal like I used to.
No, no. I mean, there are things, um, there's supplements and there's all those things that
Of
could
course.
help, but
Yeah.
you're still walking down the road, right? Like, and are you going to spend the second half of your life in this same position emotionally, like spiritually, ecumenically, like, and you can't, because then you're not evolving and you're not growing. And I don't think that you can walk around like that. Eventually something will stop you and you'll
Something will
have to
snap.
look around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll have to look
Literally.
around and go, who am I?
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe you're 40 years old and you're walking around going, what, who, who am I? Like, am I what everybody sees? That's really not me. There's a disconnect there. I'm not that person. So you have to redefine yourself and stand strong in your sovereignty of it. Um, that's who you have to be, is the person that you truly are. Yes.
I just literally flashed back to my 40th birthday in Ashland, Oregon, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I had two kids in diapers, and it was like, oh, hi, welcome to adulthood. Like, oh, and that's when the decision pretty closely, I don't remember like exactly, I could do the math with years, but it was pretty soon after that that we moved back to California, and I started working for ADT in the security industry and went on to
Mm,
have a 20-year career.
that's wonderful. Hmm.
But it was that awakening at 40, which is
Hmm.
playtime's over. Like it's,
But it's
but I was
funny that
still
you say
playful.
it, right, but you say that, it's funny. I think my life has always been on fast forward. When I was 40, I had one kid graduating high school and another one right behind it. Like, yeah. Um, do the math.
You're that younger
Uh,
than me?
no. But I always think, I've just kind of been ahead of the time of what my actual age is. Um,
I have
so I
not.
had,
I have
I have
looked
had those.
young. I have acted young. I'm still feeling
I mean,
young.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. But I think spiritually, I've just been on this journey since I was a teenager because I didn't feel like I fit.
Mm,
Um, you know, I was the wild child rebel, like so. But that's not who I felt like I was, and nobody would ever know that unless I said it out loud, just like just now. I wasn't really that person. That's who they perceived me to be. And I showed up as that person because that's the known and that's acceptance.
that's the script.
Right.
That's the part that you were handed to
Hmm.
play. Yeah.
That's right. And I played it very well for a very long time. And then, when you kind of lose a lot of people and deal with a lot of grief and a lot of things happen in your life, you have to kind of look around and go, okay, what's left? Right. I'm left. Shit. What do I do with that? Oh,
Mm,
you have to redefine yourself. You have to remake yourself in a better image of what you truly want to be.
yeah.
And sometimes those people will never see you any different. That's their problem. That's not a marker for lack of growth. That's a marker for them, not you.
And on the flip side, isn't it true of the reverse, which is so they've always seen you as one way, but they've also only seen themselves one way. That this is
They're not.
the mold,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is the image and likeness that I was created, and this is what I am. This is who I am. This is what I do, and that's
Yes.
change. Change
There's nothing wrong with me.
doesn't seem possible.
Well, that's because they're in their own script. And in that script, you play that character.
Yeah,
All the world's a stage. Like, that's,
one
you
big
know,
video game.
it is one big video game. But, I mean, and it's not easy. It's not easy to change your script, stand in your sovereignty of it, and come up against somebody that remembers how you were before.
Oh boy.
And now they're calling it back, and you're now having the ego fight because
Yeah,
you're trying to stand in your sovereignty and be like, I'm not that person anymore. But they need you to be that person
because it
to
fits their
fulfill
life
what's
script.
going on with them.
Yes,
Right. Right.
that's it right there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right. It's so you have to be clear on who you are in order not to fall into the trap.
that's a tall tale, man.
It's not
It's,
easy. This
the,
shit is not easy.
stepping out on your own is
Hmm.
seems like it's pretty easy because it's safe. You're behind a keyboard and you're posting images and thoughts, and you're
Hmm.
exposing yourself, so to speak. But
Hmm.
then it's like, okay, well, let's get around some of the people that knew you before this awakening, before this evolution, before, I mean, oh boy, you know, because they have their own image of you, of what you're
Oh,
supposed to be.
and they still have it. I
Yeah.
have, and it's not any, sometimes it's not even malicious or they
No.
just don't know that you've changed so much. When they look at you, they still see that person.
Right.
And there are a few, and it's okay. I'll be that person for you, but I'm not going to go down that road. I can't change how you see me. And if you choose not to see me any different, that is on you.
Yeah. There is room for that to shift. I believe my sister sees me differently than who I was as her brother when we were kids. It really
Right.
started when I made living amends to her for being a crappy brother. And that's why the
Hmm.
Panthers mean so much to me, if anybody ever wondered. It's because
Mm,
that was my living amends to my sister.
that's sweet.
She and I would go to the games. She and I got season tickets, and of course, my brother came along as well. But it was really about my sister. So much repair was done that she got in a U-Haul with me, with my
Mm-hmm.
dog Sabrina at her feet, my car up in the on a lift on the back, and drove across the
Mm-hmm.
country with me in 2.5 days. I did all the driving, but she came along for the ride. That's
Mm-hmm.
how well I was able to repair that severed relationship.
Right.
So it's possible. Healing is possible.
Mm-hmm. But what do you do about, like, when there's just random people that knew you then? What do you do then when they still see you that way? That's the trick, right? You got to stand in your, like I said, you got to stand in your sovereignty
So
and keep showing up as you.
it's a great question, and I am connected to a bunch of. This is one of the reasons I love Facebook is I'm connected to different periods of my life and different. I've lived in for long periods of time in different states, and I have
Hmm.
great friends in all of those. And some of the friends that I have that I'm friends with on Facebook are evolving like me because they're part of me and this evolution of the Gen Xers, right?
Hmm.
And there they are seeing me for who I am today, not the crazy party animal that was in high school, doing
Hmm.
burnouts, doing donuts in the parking lot, getting caught
Hmm.
smoking weed. Like, yeah,
Being a kid. Yeah.
being a kid. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it
Hmm.
is
Being a kid.
possible, but there was enough space between that and who I emerged as their friend on Facebook. I merged as my current self, not the high school self.
Well, there are people that won't choose to see you anyway different because they have something invested in that story that they're telling
Mm-hmm.
themselves. I mean, I come up against it a lot. They are invested in seeing me as that
Mm,
young wild child rebel. Um, they're truly invested in it. Like that's a marker for who they are. Because I could sit here all day and be this person and be my authentic self, and they're not going to see it. They're still going to see the mask that I needed to hold then.
yeah. They're looking through
You know,
that life script lens,
right,
which
right.
is, oh, in this scene, in this level,
Mm-hmm.
right? If we're going video game, right? So we're
Uh-huh.
going to the next level. Oh, Tina's at this level. Oh, I remember Tina. Yeah. What do you mean you're spiritual? What do you mean you what?
But you
No.
know what that is?
Yeah.
That's pattern recognition.
Ah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, yeah.
That's their pattern recognition.
Yeah, but
So
they don't recognize it. They just
no, they
yeah.
don't. But that's their presumption, right? Like that's their pattern. That's what they know. It's, you're afraid of mice because your mom screamed when you were a kid and that's got it locked in. This is it's their version of you. You sometimes cannot change that. You have to just accept it.
And have you noticed that with people that are unable to or willing to accept that you've changed, that you drift apart?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because water tends to seek its own level.
Mm, there you go. I like that one.
Yeah.
It's true. You're not a you're not alone, right? They didn't leave you. You found yourself.
Yeah.
There's no there's no there's no charge behind that. There's nothing to be angry about. You found yourself.
Yeah.
And they're just not part of that script, and that's okay. For those that want to hold me in there or hold somebody else in there, let them go with love. Let it go. There's nothing you can do because the harder you grip onto that, the more you have to then fit back into the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just not that person anymore. And that's okay, right? Like it's okay to have the unknown. Whether you run towards it or walk carefully to it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's important. And it's scary, and the ego's loud. Truth is quiet.
It's awful quiet.
Mhm.
It whispers.
Yeah. And when you finally stop performing for everyone else, that's when you get to the real you. And the real you then gets a chance to speak.
So isn't the real you, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second, isn't the real you
Sure.
all of it?
Not if you take the mask off. The mask is the ego, right? So no, that's not the real you.
There it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just clarifying for the listeners.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. And really, if you're in that in between right now and you're fighting it and you're in the unknown world of who you're about to become or who you've always been hiding, it's the ache, it's the shedding, it's the I want to run but don't run. Um,
Stuck.
but that's okay. You need to be stuck for a minute. You need to sit in that.
Recognize it and affirm it. Be
Hmm.
truthful with yourself first.
Let it undo what's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, think of it like this: you're not breaking down, you're breaking open.
You're breaking through.
Hmm. Open.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And
It
that's
takes
what's
courage.
important. Absolutely. It, I mean, Carl Jung gave himself two nervous breakdowns trying to figure it out. So if you're losing it for a couple of days, that's okay. You're doing
Yeah.
great. Hmm. And it's
The
not meant for kids. Like kids can't wrap their head around it because they don't have enough life experience to put into
right.
that vessel.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
It takes time to get to the point where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of yourself and how you show up. That's where change can happen. That's the catapult into, hey, um, maybe I'll try this thing called hypnotherapy
Hmm.
because apparently I've got some deep seated beliefs that could use some rearranging and some reframing and changing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Imagine that.
Imagine, visualize yourself completely different.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we've seen it. We've seen people completely change the path of their lives, shed the old self.
Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. So, when the subconscious speaks, you might want to listen.
You might wanna.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah, you got to really listen. Listen to what's going on.
But that's not how life is designed in this era. It's a barrage. It used to just be the commercials that we were stuck with back when you had to go change the channel literally physically with your hand and you
Hmm.
didn't have a remote that you could just fast forward through everything, right? There's this barrage of information coming at us all now at a million miles per second.
That would definitely keep you stuck in place, wouldn't
It certainly would keep you
it?
hypnotized into the life that you're living currently. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, that's why I go back to, you got to get quiet. You got to unhook yourself, turn off the noise for a while, check in, sit still, strip away the wires, basically, to reconnect to your current, not the world's current,
Yeah.
the world's noise that's going on. You're just taking in negative energies when you stay in that space. What you need is yourself.
Yeah. The habitual
Hmm.
ritual is to reach outside of yourself for comfort, though, to not go within, to not get quiet, because then it
Right.
gets tied into the mumbo jumbo, the woo woo, oh, I'm supposed to sit in some meditative state. Like, no, just slow down and
Hmm.
let your inner truth come out,
But
and
it's
that'll catch
scary.
you. It is
It's
scary.
it's very scary. You think you might get stuck there. You're not going to get stuck there. But if that's the case and you want somebody to, you know, usher you through it, that's when you have to go and find somebody that can help with the subconscious.
Find a lighthouse. It's
Find the lighthouse.
yeah,
Because it's not going to be what everybody says you should be. Never is.
yeah,
You know, you're not breaking down. You're breaking through.
yes,
Get
very,
comfortable with being uncomfortable.
yeah. That is the truth right there.
hmm
Being
hmm
comfortable in the uncomfortable. Yeah.
hmm
And not
Absolutely.
sprinting for something outside of yourself to soothe it. That's the
Yeah.
challenge because of the
hmm
programming, because Ralph's right down the street, that pizza's just waiting for you, that comfort food is going to make it all better until the remorse and the self pity that happens after. Oh, that didn't
hmm
fix anything,
Or the dopamine hit of whatever you're viewing,
right?
whether it's, Instagram, TikTok, X, adult viewing, like it's all there to
Whatever your
distract
loop of
you.
choice is.
Whatever your loop of choice is, it's all right there to distract you from actually finding out who you really are. Because then people would be, sovereign. They would be strong. They would be kinder. There wouldn't be the fight and the ego, and
Mm,
that doesn't work. Um, it doesn't work in your own personal life, really. Just look around. Is it all really that great? Is it?
but looking around,
Are
looking
you
in
awake?
and looking around is the awakening. That's the beginning of the awakening for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Kind of like this client that texted me today saying, "Hey, I'm having experiences." I'm using air quotes if you're listening to this. Like, of course you are, because it's happening right now.
For a lot of people, by the way.
But like the old radios, if you're trying to listen to before it was digital and you needed to go to 95.5 and you were on 95.2, it was
Couldn't hear.
you couldn't hear. So dial into yourself first. That's a great
hmm
place to start. And
hmm
if you know somebody that could benefit, send them this recording. This one right here, probably I know we've had some pretty incredible episodes. I don't know. This one speaks the loudest to me right now because it's right now.
hmm
It's
That's
now o'clock.
because you show up as yourself, right?
Yes,
That's why.
both of us. Yeah,
hmm Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, you can only do that when you turn down the noise and then you can actually hear what's going on inside of you.
You know what also helps? A really wonderful sounding board.
Mm-hmm. That does. hmm
Whether it's a
Yeah.
friend or whatever tool you can use to be honest with, hopefully
hmm
it's doable for you. But if you're lost and you don't even know how to begin to find your way on the path, reach out to us. We'll guide you. That's what we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if not us, somebody.
And not because we're perfect, but because we're standing in the water with you.
We're right there.
If you can't swim, we'll stand.
That's right. We'll
If you
surf it
can't
out.
stand, we'll tread water. Like
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll
you know,
breathe
it's
with you. We'll pause with you. Yeah.
uh, we're not the guru, but we're willing to stand there. So,
We're in it with you.
hmm
Yeah.
when the subconscious speaks, the question is, are you listening?
I think that's a wrap. That's twice you've
hmm
said that line, by the way. All right. Well, thank you. I love you.
hmm
Thanks for always being
Love
there
you.
for me. And thanks for
Absolutely.
always shining the light. Appreciate you.
hmm Appreciate you.
All
Yes,
right. Have,
absolutely. I'm grateful.
have, give that boy a hug from me. Okay. And have fun tonight. And, thanks everybody for tuning in. Please feel free to share this, as we said, like, follow, subscribe, because we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep showing up, shining a light for
hmm
you.
We'll see you on the other side of the mask.
That's right. All right. Thank you much.